Melanin Voices is a podcast geared towards building a community of those on a journey of self-discovery. We create space for guests and listeners to share their stories about their exploration of life, appreciation of the good, and how they overcame certain bullshit to get to where they are.
Every week, we take a dive into topics that affect each of our lives at one point or another. Hopefully, by hearing our voices, we will give you the courage to live authentically.
I'm Mariah, also known as Mariah Amazing.
And Una, hey! Now you are tuned into Melanin Voices.
Ready?
Let's do it.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, how are you guys doing? Welcome to the room.
Welcome to Melanin Voices, you guys.
It's been a while. We've been taking a few breaks this year, I feel like, because there's been so much going on. The top of the year was our 100th episode, so we were kind of slowing down to make sure we didn't pass 100. And then the virus started to happen, and then travel was happening, and now I don't even know how to put this into a category or sentences, but this place is in disarray, basically, like it's always been, but it's just, I don't know, everybody's being really vocal about it, and it's hard. Being an empath is hard not to let that energy kind of affect you in a good or a bad way. So, and two, we just feel like, the name of our show is Melanin Voices, so we feel like we have a responsibility to speak out, but being afraid to say the wrong things, or knowing that there are people who are better at speaking up on these kind of things and just letting them, do what they do. But we do want to be a part of the conversation, but it's just we just don't want to say the wrong thing. So I don't know, we just gonna do what we do, and that's gonna be that.
Yeah, was saying, it's been really tough, necessarily for me, not to say the wrong things, but more so to say it at the right times, because you just want to make sure that you're educated when you speak. Because right now I'm just coming from a place of just anger, right, and not wanting to hear I don't want to hear the other side, because I'm tired of hearing the other side. So I don't want to come off like I don't care about other people's other opinions to what's going on right now, as far as black lives being lost. So yeah. But you know what? We were gonna make this episode light, to the best of our ability. Just make it light. Just checking on each other. Me and Una check on each other, as well as checking on you all. See how you all are feeling. Know that you can always reach out to us via DM, via email, and speak to us about how you're feeling. We welcome that, especially during this time. If you want to just reach out and say, hey, you guys, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Or you want to be like, hey, y'all, whatever, I'm feeling like this. So yeah.
That's a bit of a check-in on how we're feeling about this a little bit, and what our intentions are, at least,
right,
with just being, I guess. Right. So do you want to do roses and thorns, or you feel like
we can do you want to change it, or you want to do roses and thorns?
We can do roses and thorns.
Yeah, let's just keep the flow of it, I suppose.
Okay.
Rose for me this week would be that that I finally made some body bars that may be purchased soon. I'm not quite sure, but I was so pleased with them. My skin has been so soft, and being here in Colorado, you know how hard it is to moisturize your skin as soon as you use that lotion. Within the next couple of hours, you have to moisturize again. I mean, you don't have to, because you're not going to be ashy necessarily, but you feel dry. You feel, and especially I have really dry hands. Now, that's been something that's always been an insecurity of mine, as far as how they look. I feel like my hand looks extremely old and things like that. And I've always just come to terms with, like, at least you have hands, girl. There's
Right.
people who, would want to have that. So maybe your hands don't look the way you want them to or feel the way you want them to, but you have them. But I will say that this body butter that I created, it's most necessarily for the body, obviously, but I get some on my hands, obviously, because you're rubbing the bar on you, and I would just rub the excess stuff onto my hands, and it feels amazing. Like, it feels so good. So I'm excited for the possibilities of possibly selling that and things
Yay.
like that.
That's
So I'm
exciting.
excited. A thorn is that we found out that my boyfriend's best friend passed away. So we found that out yesterday, which was obviously traumatic and very much so tragic. And my condolences go out to his family, and my heart goes out to everybody that knew and loved him, which was a lot of people. He believes behind a beautiful legacy. So that has been a huge thorn. And it just obviously just happened literally yesterday, like literally less than 24 hours ago. So it's very fresh, and I don't think that we've fully grasped that he's no longer here with us, but we are being there for one another.
Yeah, man. Death or transition or however you want to put it is like happening a lot right now, um, in the world and around me, specifically. So that's another like layer of grief on top of the things that are already going on in the world. So,
Right. It's been a
but
lot of loss happening. Like, we were just talking about Jasmine from our high school passing away, and then my very close friend Sagan's cousin just passed away. It's just a lot back to back to back. So it's like you try to catch your breath and you try to deal with that grief, or you just try to grieve their loss, and then something happens immediately after. So it's very hard to kind of come to terms with what's happening, because it's happened all so sudden at around such a fast speed. So yeah, just to add on to what you were saying.
yeah, that's a definite thorn of mine, just
Yeah,
experiencing a lot of grief right now. And
right.
like you said, it's back to back. 1 week you're like, okay, I can breathe, and then like the,
The next
the
week is
next
like,
day it's someone else passing, and it's just like, fuck, like what?
yeah. And lately, tragic ways as far as we've been seeing in the news, and maybe not even seeing in the news, the lives that have been lost. So it's just been insane. So wait, oh yeah, that was my rose and thorn. What is your rose? Because you already said your thorn.
Yeah. um I'm not gonna lie, it's been really hard to
To
find
find that joy.
to find the good in life right now for me. um I'm gonna, just, I don't even know, man. um I'll be going out of town next month. That's literally what literally
Yeah,
what I've been looking forward to. Just like,
getting that little cat wax. Wow.
I don't even know if I'm gonna do that, girl.
Girl,
Uh,
you need, if you're putting up a pool party, I 10 out of 10 recommend waxing that cat.
I will probably nair it because I just
I
cannot
have
spend that.
well, I
I just
have some sorry, I cut you off 2 times. I apologize. I have some nair that I never use. I'm like, I'm not nairing. I don't want to reverse my, process with the bikini Brazilian wax, but I did purchase it, and
mm,
it's like really like organic and all this stuff. I
no,
don't
okay.
know. They were selling me a dream. It was $12 a bottle. I'll give it to you. So I'll give it to you. So hopefully it works well. Let me know
Yeah,
how it goes.
yeah, I'll take it actually. Yeah, I might get my hair braided. I don't know. One person already told me, "Girl, your hair is too short. I don't know where you think you're going." So I don't know. We'll see.
I don't,
Um,
I don't know because it's knotless, so it's different. Are you getting knotless braids? I'm sorry, I just
if
assumed. Oh yeah,
whatever I
knotless
can.
may be a little different, but I feel like they could grip your hair under
I
other
feel like they could
circumstances.
too. And I mean,
Maybe the back, like the very, very back, might be left out a little bit,
right,
but I
which is
feel like
fine.
it's knotless braids, so it will look natural anyways. It won't look
Right,
crazy. You can
right.
just flick it down, whatever.
right, exactly what I'm thinking right now. But we'll see.
Yeah.
That's literally you. I mean, I'm just finding stuff to be
Yeah.
joyous about, and that's what you sometimes have to do. If you gotta dig high and low, just try to, so
Of
that you're not
course.
like stuck in this fucking in this
Matrix.
mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
I think that it should be fine as far as the knotless braids that you're trying to get. I mean, but I seen at the place that you sent me that you're going to, they have free consultations. So maybe you can just stop by there one day before the appointment. Like, can you guys just look at my hair just to see? And if not, we
yeah.
can go from
hmm
there.
When I
And you
booked
can
the
put the
appointment, I
deposit
wrote
towards
it.
something else.
Yeah, when I booked the appointment, I wrote in the notes like, I have short hair, so I can come by. We on the same page because I was like, I can come by so you
Gotcha.
can see it, you know, so I ain't
Right.
wasting your time or mine. But
Right.
anyways, so we can move on into the melanin message segment if you don't mind.
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
so just some like questions to check in with each other. If you give a fuck about your friends, check in with them. If you are even in the place to check
But
in.
I'm about to say, like, I don't think necessarily if they care or not. It's like if they
Nah,
can or not.
right. Because sometimes it's like I don't got it. People
Right.
be texting me, "How
Exactly.
you doing?" And I'm like, "Fine."
Right.
Like I'm fine.
Right.
So since you spoke earlier about coming from a place of like anger, I think that it's important to vocalize how you're feeling, regardless of if it makes sense or not.
Right.
What about all this is making you feel like anxious or angry?
Well, initially I was, but it's very hard to be not angry when you're finding out that black people are being hung from
Mm-hmm.
trees in this day and age, and they're trying to rule it as a suicide because no, that's not what's happening. And then the semantics of those who are trying to make it like the respectability politics, trying to panhandle or plead with the white community to accept them. And oh, I don't believe in looting and rioting, and you guys are bad people for doing that and all these things. And it's like, how do you expect people who have been oppressed for fucking centuries,
Mm-hmm.
for so long, and so unjust, to go about just to be peaceful about it? It just makes no sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to, I don't give a fuck. If I don't give a fuck about the businesses that are being burned. I don't care about the places that are being looted. I truly only care about the black lives that are being lost.
Mm-hmm.
So everything else to me is noise. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I don't want them to ransack black businesses. Of course, I don't want them to burn down to the ground black businesses. However, you can build the black business back up. You can, reinvest into it and build it back up. However, you cannot get those lives that were lost. And that's just that's my take on everything, right?
Yeah.
As far as the destruction that is happening from it. And many times we are seeing that it's not even black people that are doing these things or initiating these things, but that's a whole nother topic for a different day. We're not here for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's how I've been feeling. But then I've also been dealing with the sadness of losing these lives, and not just, just the LGBT community and our community that are losing their lives as well, and it's not being talked about as much, is also disheartening as well. And it's just a lot of combination of things that are happening simultaneously that I'm just like, wow, a lot, right?
Yeah.
But I will say that I am hopeful. I'm
Mm-hmm.
hopeful right now. I'm in a hopeful stage. Um, Seeing that we have such a generation that is willing to do the work. I know there's been some criticism like, y'all just signing petitions, just donating, y'all ain't really. But I've seen a lot of people also out there in the streets too. And it's not to say that those that are not in the streets for whatever reason aren't doing the work, because I believe that they are. So that's how I feel about that. And like I said, I'm hopeful, but I also have a message. What are you doing for Unadish for this segment?
Meditation.
Okay, maybe that's not for Unadish. All right. I'll save it for comments of Mariah. But I
Okay.
have a read for some people. So we'll save it for then.
Okay. I'm looking
All
forward
right.
to it.
Or maybe did I already say this? something to do with your ancestors?
I don't think so.
It's been so long since we spoke, but I don't even think that we were even talking about that last time. Maybe we were, but if not, I'm just gonna talk about it again.
It could be revisited.
It can.
It
But
might
anyways, enough. How about you? How are you feeling? How are you coping, I would say?
How am I coping?
Yes.
Whew. I don't know if I am. I don't want to lie to you and say that I'm,
don't lie, please.
doing this thing or that. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I'm not for it today. Like,
right.
I don't have the energy to engage, and
that's valid.
And man, like, even like being around white people right now is like a trigger for me. And I know that's like, people, feel how you feel about it, but it's triggering for me because a lot of them are fucking running and biking and hiking right now without
doing
a care
all the
in the
things
world.
that we do that would get us killed otherwise.
Right. Without a care in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I went on a hike a few weeks ago with my friend, and she's white, and it's just like, I can't have random conversations with you right now.
Yeah.
And all the people that are walking by that are white are trying to speak to, like, say hello, and I can't speak to you right now. I can't, because looking at you puts me back in that place. Like, all these images flash when I look at you, especially when I see a police car. My heart, like, and even more than it has before, it's just like, it just makes me very uncomfortable. And so I don't know that you know what, I'm gonna say that I'm not being around them, like, being very respectful, but letting them know I need time.
Yeah.
I can't be a good friend to you right now.
And that's like I said, that's valid.
Yeah. So
you have to
that's how I'm
how
coping.
you're feeling, and how you're feeling isn't disrespectful. Like you said, you've told them. So
yeah.
That's good that they're able to listen and understand.
Yeah.
That it's not coming from malice place, but more so of I'm triggered and I'm traumatized right now.
Right. And you keep asking me how I'm doing, and just pissing me off.
Right.
To be honest with you. Like,
no, but I totally get that.
Yeah.
What is one thing you're doing more of?
Okay. I already knew what you was. I told you, girl. For a while I was taking a lot of walks and riding my bike a lot, just to kind of like be outside. And I stopped that for a while, and I started back up again last week. Even if it's just one day a week for now, I do what I can. But when I'm feeling like really overwhelmed, I'll just go for a walk or cry, definitely doing a lot of crying right now. Feel how you feel, but sometimes you need that release.
Yeah.
Right. Also just sending out love, I've had a virtual, like, dinner date with a friend, and I really needed that. Like, my heart needed some love, I think. And doing more of setting boundaries, and if I feel like I can't talk to you right now, I won't do it. And I'm doing more of boundary setting and trying to be honest with people.
And that's fair. And that's very much fair.
What do you think that you're like, no, what do you think? What are you doing more of?
I am just making sure that I am open to being checked in on, or open to conversations that I'm going through. I'm back in therapy, yay! And so I'm back in therapy, and I don't know, it's making me more receptive to like reaching out if I need help, or when people reach out to me, letting them know how I truly feel, if they're truly asking. I mean, you can weed out who's really
Right.
wanting to know how you're truly doing, and those that are
Right.
just like, girl, just doing a little check-in. But pause. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing more of, being more open and receptive to everything.
Yeah. I don't think I even checked in on nobody because I can't.
Cause you can't. I didn't say I checked in on nobody. I said I'm being open to it. Cause
Mm,
usually I'm not open to it. I'm not being honest about how I'm truly feeling. I'm not being, you know, any of those things. So, hmm
yeah, I think it's sometimes it seems kind of like, especially if you're going through a lot, to just be like, this is what I'm going through right now. Because it seems
right.
like a lot of the times when people text you, you are not doing well. Not you, but people,
Anyone.
me
Yeah.
or whoever, are not doing well. But you don't want to always be like, you know what, I'm not
I ain't doing well. Like,
right.
you don't want to be that person, but also I'm working on not always being that person and having some good news. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be that person yesterday or today. However, I've been working on being that person. Like in therapy, it's been helping me.
Mhm.
So, I mean, as long as you're doing stuff that fuels you, and I think
Yeah.
that you're on the right path to becoming that person that has the good news to share all the time.
Hmm. What in I was trying. Never mind. What are you doing less of?
I'm doing less of talking, and I'm doing more of listening. Like when I ask someone the question, I just sit there and listen. That's the other day I was talking. Um, I'm gonna stop like saying my relationship stuff on here. Not far as like I think I'm gonna stop sharing the name of who I'm dating and things. I'm gonna come up with a little code name. So I was talking to. I'm gonna come up with like a little cute name. I was talking to. Let me see. What's a cute name? Something that would fit him. I was talking to some holistic. I was talking to holistic the other day, and he was all like, "Wait." He said something to the effect of like he thought I wasn't listening to him because I didn't say, I was like talking while he was talking. I was like, no, I'm listening to you. I'm just listening to you, and I'll say what I have to say after I've received what you said, and then I'll let you know what I got from that, and then go into it. But he was like, "Oh wow," like, and you know what I mean. And obviously, I have to be a listener now that he's lost his best friend. I have to like listen to how he's feeling right now. He's in the grief stage of like, I need you here with me. I need to feel a presence with me here at all times, somebody that knew him as well, and we can share our memories together, kind of thing. Because when I met him and he was there with him, and he's always been like a presence in our lives, so in our relationship as well. So he's in the stage like, be here with me, I need you here, like more like touchy feely. So I'm going in the flow with that, like, and whatever, he needs. So I'm like, I guess I have to really hone this role of the listener now. Gosh, it's really hard for Aries people. We like to interrupt to get our point across. So I'm tapping into my
No, it's
Pisces moon and getting into my emotions in this motherfucker. Rough.
fine.
All the Aries out there can hear me because you told us we did something wrong. Excuse me? I don't think that you truly know who I am, because I would never.
Oh my gosh, rolling my eyes right now. Like what? Like,
So yeah, that's been a challenge. But yeah, not a challenge, but that's been something I've been doing less of. It's just talking.
that's a good.
Um,
That's a good
yeah.
one. I'm weak.
No, what are you?
Doing less of.
Yes, and I'll have my little question to ask.
Whew. I hmm. That's a good question. I don't, because I feel like I want to say one thing, but I'm like, I don't know. Um I feel like I'm doing less backing down.
Mm.
Um yeah, I feel like in the family I'm like more of the like remember to do this, remember to do that, and I told my mom I'm not doing it for this specific bill anymore. Like I'm not gonna send
Mm.
out reminders because it was
Yeah.
bringing me stress for a good bit of time, and because of that I got my own bill. So I'm like I'm just sending out this last reminder and also letting y'all know that I'm no longer going to be doing this. And she was the one that had a problem. I'm like, Mom, I'm not I'm not doing
Yeah.
it, no. And she's like, what to text, like what you can send out a text, it's easy to send out a text. She even was like being funny and sent me a YouTube video on how to send a text message, right? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, and then I told her like how why I didn't want to anymore, and she was like, because it's like so hard sometimes to tell your mom no, especially like when you're an
Yeah,
adult,
definitely.
because when you were younger, no was not an option. Period.
Right.
There was no saying no. So now
Well, for us,
right,
for the
definitely.
for
So
most Black
now,
households, I've seen.
yeah, yeah, I agree. For most people of color households, um, but um, dang, lost my train of thought.
Damn it.
Oh, so now when I say no, I do feel bad initially because I'm just not used to doing it, and I don't want to be mean. And I'm like, what if she really
Mm-hmm.
needs me? But it's like, if I don't do it, it's still going to get done. So let me just
Yeah,
erase that from my mind and
because
stick
she
with
can set
my no.
reminders in her phone.
Right. Stick what's in my mind and go with that. And so
Yeah,
I was like, no. And she was like, so you think you grown? And I like sent the laughing emojis and I'm like, yes. Yes, of
I
course I
am.
do. Of course, and so just like trying not to back down with certain things to make other people comfortable, which I'm like excellent at, but it's like I'm uncomfortable within me, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to make other people comfortable by saying yes all the time, and then I'm having this internal like battle with myself, and I just don't want to do that anymore. So healing is not linear, though. I will say I'm gonna do the best that I can, but I'm
Right.
doing less of backing down.
Speaking of healing not being linear, what are some things that you do when you progress with your mental health? As far as like you're like, oh, this is a good day because I feel this way, and this is the way that I'm thinking, and this is the things that I'm doing. So I know I'm having a really great day, and this is what progress looks like for me for my mental health.
Are you asking what do I do to celebrate that, or like how
No,
do
I'm
I
asking
know
what.
when I've
How do
made
you know we're
progress?
having a great mental health day?
Mm,
What does progress with your mental health look like
okay. Um,
or and feel like?
I think progress to me looks like in motion.
Mm,
Um, if that's even like a way to answer that, because a lot I can, when I'm like feeling down or lazy, like I get like super lazy and I don't want to do anything. So I know that I'm having a good day when I'm like moving around, or I'm like
right.
singing or dancing or walking, um and I'm not allowing the negative thoughts to like ramble off into like this big snowball and just like sit on my chest and weigh me down, because I think that
Right.
happens a lot of the times. One negative thought turns into another and another and another, and I just end up just like being like, you know what, I'm just gonna lay down. I'm gonna
Right.
just lay down and watch TV and like be in this space, which is good sometimes, but I think I do it to where it's like paralyzing almost. So
Mhm.
I know I'm good when I'm like moving around and smiling and singing, um, and I'm doing things. And even if I'm like organizing my room or whatever, I know that it's because I'm like in a good space. Um, yeah. How about you? That's a good
That's
question.
good. I would say something similar. Like, look, if I'm getting up and doing stuff, if I not even just getting up and doing stuff, because that's me all the time. I'm always on the go, and that's
Mm-hmm.
not something I always want to do. But
Mm-hmm.
if I'm actually enjoying it, like if I'm actually like, oh, I feel good in this outfit and I actually want to take a drive and actually want to, that doesn't happen often. So that's how I know I'm like, okay, I'm in a really good space because I'm actually willing to not only just get up out of bed, but I'm willing to do the tasks that I have to do today. And I'm willing to commute there, whatever the case is. Because most of the time I hate driving, but if I'm like, I don't mind it, that's how I know that I'm feeling good.
Okay.
Or whatever the case is. If I'm like, I feel like walking, there's not many times I feel like going outside and walking. So if I feel like it, I'm like, wow, I'll take advantage of that. I'm like, well, let's get up and go walk.
Right.
So yeah, that's what it feels like and looks like for me anyway. So
Very
it's very
similar.
similar.
Very similar there for sure.
Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about these brands that are coming forward? Like, we're with you and we're gonna make changes.
I think that it's for show. I think that it's the wave right now. I think that everybody's like how you see those some of the influencers, the white ones especially, getting dressed up and going to take a picture with the protesters and then like leaving. Like
Yeah.
that's what it feels like to me. I think that um this is gonna sound fucked up coming out, but I'm not. It's not a malicious thing. I think that this is the wave right now, and I think that they are hopping on to save themselves. To be honest with you,
Got it.
because like you heard about, you know, Starbucks shutting down and doing the cultural awareness training or whatever.
And that's okay, because you know what? I actually, for Black business, I have a lot of coffee shops we'll be mentioning here in Denver. So don't even worry about that. But yes, I did. Well, they already had that. They were already shutting down for their cultural training last year.
That's what I'm saying. How they shut down last year. And
oh, sorry, I was like, I thought you said they did it again. I'm like, so nothing was learned. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And this year they're like, but you can't wear anything that supports Black Lives Matter. It's just like,
but you know, they circled back shortly after that when they heard like the uproar from our communities, and they were like, or all the communities, and they were like, oh, you can wear it now. And it's like, no, too late. It's too late. Like, it's too late. So yeah, I think it's performative in some spaces too. Yeah, definitely performative in some spaces. Just because if you're not going to make those changes within your network, you're not going to hire more Black people and put them in positions of authority, or, you know, all this crazy stuff. Because yeah, I think it's so performative.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's performative, but I'm like, good. The changes are,
yeah.
You know, fuck you still, but I'm good. Good that you know.
Yeah, I'm good that you're being aware. So you say, I'm good that I hope that what you're saying is true. I'll just leave it there. I hope what you're saying, that your awareness is coming up. I hope that that's true for you, and I hope that it's not performative. I hope that I have it all wrong, and you really are doing the work to inform yourself and your community on what's been happening for quite some time now.
But anyways, I ain't fucking with you right now because, or hopefully in going forward, because I'm doing more of shopping Black, you know, and eating Black, you know, drinking Black, you know, shopping Black businesses to support the movement and to support them, period, going forward.
Yeah, just creating wealth within our communities, because we have a lot of catching up to do.
Definitely.
So yeah, there's that. So yeah. Well, thanks for being open to that conversation. But yeah, I think you had another question, right, friend?
I have two, and then we could move on. We can not move on, but so how are you honestly feeling right now about everything?
I'm feeling, I mean, it comes in waves. One minute I'm feeling okay, next minute I'm not feeling that great. And you know, I like caught myself the other day about to cry, and I like sucked it back in because I'm like, this is their moment, they should cry. But I was like, I'm gonna cry because I'm sad too, you know, I'm sad too. So there's that. But you know, sometimes when you're trying to be the strength for everybody, you're just like, I can't do that. I don't want them to see that I'm breaking down too. And we all don't know what the hell is going on, you know? But it's good to know. And then like, yeah, That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling in waves. 1 minute I'm up, next minute I'm down, next minute I'm in the middle, next minute it's just like, just riding
Yeah.
the wave like the water, how you're just, you know.
Yeah.
How are you truly
I
feeling?
think it's good to cry together.
Oh yeah, girl. I was like, hand me that tissue. After a while, I was like, hand me that box. For
After,
real.
like, I think there's healing in it, and I think
Oh,
there's
for
a
sure.
sense of intimacy in that.
Definitely.
But
I think it's beautiful.
man, I'm just feeling angry, of course. That's like the height, that's the underlining, just anger, and like I just don't understand, like, confusion. Like, I just don't understand why white people do us like this. I don't understand why they have to be superior, quote unquote, in their eyes. I don't understand why they keep doing us like this. And I don't understand why the people who are in support of shit like that don't see what's going on. And I just don't understand how they continue to cover it up and like make excuses for. But I am joyful and proud of the people who are doing all of the things, who are prioritizing their mental health, who are going out there and protesting, who are donating money, signing petitions, who are shopping black, everything, who are speaking out, who are compiling resources. I'm so glad and thankful and appreciative and like proud of our people who are out there doing it, you know
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely on an emotional roller coaster. Okay. There are some times where I'm okay, but I feel like that's the most I'm gonna get, is like, okay, I'm not happy or none of that. I'm like, the height right now is just okay.
Okay. And that's
um
good. At least you're aware.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
Well, I'm glad you're able to identify. Some people just, I don't know. They're like, I don't know. So at least you're able to be like, I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm upset, I'm confused. Like,
yeah.
you're able to identify the emotions that you're going through. So
Mm.
that's the first step.
My last question, if you could change one thing about the world, about what's going on, what would it be?
If I could change one thing about the world and what's going on, I would change. I don't know. If I could, I'll just get all the wicked people out of here. Get them out.
Cancel.
Get them out. No time for it. But tangible change, I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's so many things. It's hard to just pinpoint one. I would say I would want there to be a lot more understanding, as far as like understanding our pain and understanding our grief and making a change.
Right.
I don't know, it's like questioning, like, why does this keep happening? It's just, one of the things I'm gonna think is that it's because they don't understand. And I'm not like, that's that's being generous, because I don't want to say they're evil, and that's just that on that. I'm just gonna say they don't understand, and they've never had to deal with their their brothers and sisters, their moms, their dads, grandparents going through what we go through.
Right.
So I'm just gonna say I want more understanding, more compassion.
Right.
Like,
More
I just want them
empathy.
to
I'm
open
not
up
even
their eyes.
sympathy. Right. And hearts.
And
Because
wallets.
yeah, open your purse.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about that.
But also do your information on where you are donating, where the funds are being allocated to, of course. But yeah, thank you for this segment, Fran, and having all these questions on hand for us to check in. And hopefully you all who are listening are taking mental notes and pausing it and asking yourself these questions and answering them for yourself and those around you, and kind of getting a grasp on where you are mentally. So yeah, I hope that this segment has allowed you to check in with yourself, because maybe you haven't done that. Maybe you've just been on go and trying to block things out just to stay sane, and you're like, wow, I can finally breathe and kind of release and ask myself these things and check in. But yeah, we are going to head on over to Combos with Mariah. I did ask you all some questions on our Instagram story, and our Instagram is Melanin Voices Podcast. I don't believe anyone responded, and that's absolutely okay.
Wow.
Don't do them. It's okay. I asked late, technically speaking, because I feel like our Instagram stories and our podcast don't get many views and interactions. And so, due to that being the case, I posted kind of late at night. So I kind of figured that would happen, but that's no worries. I'm going to go ahead and do my read that I had for people out there. Our actual peers who are making apparel and things like that, stating that they are not their ancestors and that they somehow, some way are more physically inclined to fight white people and the oppressors and those who are doing wrong things, right? And I just found that so funny. Not funny, but you know what I mean by funny. Very ironic that that is a t-shirt and a slang and a slogan that is going around, that we're not ancestors, we'll beat your ass, or you get these hands, or whatever. And it's like the utter disrespect that that statement holds is just so fucking crazy to me. Do you know? Listen, spit for your ancestors, because do you know who our ancestors are? Like, do you know what they've all been through? Well, I'm speaking for my ancestors that I know to be here, were here. There are people that were enslaved. They weren't slaves. There were people that were enslaved here in this country, and literally they built this country on their backs. Like, they literally, and then from that they revolted. Like, they didn't just sit there and take it, if that's what you're if that's what you think. Because how the fuck do you think Juneteenth came about? Actually, we were free years prior to that, but you know, so it's a whole. What I'm trying to say is that they fought, and they even gave us the right to be able to be in a place to where we can have the option to, you know, say stupid shit like that, because now we're here and we're alive or whatever the case is. But they didn't have an option not to fight. If they would have literally just took it as you so think that they did, we wouldn't be here today. So for you to sit there and say you're not your ancestors, you're right. You probably wouldn't have been able to endure half the shit that they endured.
That's right.
So let's keep it 1,000. Let's keep it 2 Virgils, okay, 100, and let you all know that that's not what the case is. So I wish you would ban that ignorant, crazy, malicious ass slogan and saying from your fucking vocabulary, because it holds no value, and you actually seem like a fucking asshole. So stop saying it. Stop saying we are not our ancestors, we will beat your ass. Stop it and say we're not our ancestors, and evaluate that and why you think you're not your ancestors.
Because you are, but okay.
Yep. So there's that. That's my read. It's just stop saying that ignorant ass shit about your ancestors, because it holds no value. It is literally not true. They literally fought, protested, marched, all that stuff for us to be in a position to where we are now. I mean, has much changed? However, they fought for a change. So let's not say shit like that.
And they did what they had to do to survive. And if they didn't do what they had to do to survive, we all wouldn't be here. So
thank you. So let's just stop that. Stop. If you say that, we can't be friends.
Unfollow me.
We can't, literally, like, dead ass, because I don't want that bad energy around me.
No, seriously. I agree that that's disrespectful.
It's
In
very
my
much so.
opinion, that's how I feel. You know, I'm gonna stand
Yeah,
by that
because it's
because
true.
we are a compilation of our ancestors. You know, some of their habits we picked up, good and bad. And they did what they had to do to survive. They did what they had to do to feed their family, to keep their family together. So just like you do what you have to do to survive, they did the same thing. So I don't know. I don't know how else. I don't know how else it needs to be put. I don't have a suggestion to you. So, but I just think that it's fucked up. And
You can
it's
say it
like,
ends here. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what to say, but I
yeah,
just know don't say that. How about that?
yeah.
But yeah, that is the end of Convos with Mariah. That is my first read that I've done with Convos with Mariah. Usually I get feedback and questions and answers from you all, but that's okay because I need to get that off my chest. Stop saying that shit today.
Thank you.
However, let's go ahead and proceed over to Unadish and get that meditation in.
Okay. Okay. This is something that I'm, still practicing, especially speaking my meditations out loud. But I think that it's good for what's going on right now to just sit, even if it's for 1 minute, or 30 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever. Especially for those people who are dealing with grief so heavy, the people who are out there, on the front lines protesting, you know. And looting and all of the things, because there's a lot of energy out there. There's a lot of good energy and there's a lot of not so good energy. So here's a meditation to just be with yourself for a second. So find a comfortable seating position. I like to pull my pull my flesh from under me so that my sits bones are on my chair or on the ground or whatever, so that I am grounded. Um, Allow your eyes to soften and focus on your breathing. Allow your breathing to soften. Allow those thoughts to float by, not focusing on one for too long. Place your hand on your heart and give some love there. Put your energy there. Heal there. Just breathe. Give thanks to yourself. Give thanks to your ancestors. Give thanks to the Most High, the Divine, God, whatever, universe. Allow light to flow in. Allow light to flow out. Blink your eyes open. And that's it.
Thank you, Una. That was beautiful.
You're welcome. Yeah, man, this time is hard for all of us, and I don't know that the collective will ever, I mean, not ever. I don't know that how soon the collective will take a breath. So it's important for you who are out there doing the work to take a breath so that you can go back out there with all of your energy, not coming from a depleted place. So
I agree.
yeah.
And I want to say that we love you. Rest in peace to Dion. We hope you are out there transcending to a beautiful place right now. And we wish you the very best of luck on your new journey. And yeah.
Do you have a Black business for us?
Yes, actually, I have a new Black business. So if you know us, we've done a lot of events at Whittier Cafe. We love Whittier Cafe so much. The owner is so beautiful, so loving, just so love her. So I spent a lot of time there, working there, and just event throwing. And I know she's not the only Black owned coffee shop here, but that's the one that was close to me, and so I went there. But there's also Tea Leaves, which we mentioned on the podcast before, here in Denver. But I didn't know about this Black owned, woman owned, another woman owned, because Whittier Cafe is woman owned as well, out here in Colorado too, and it's over in Aurora, over in Quincy. Shop? Yes, it is. It's a Black owned coffee shop called Endless Grind Coffee.
Ooh, can you spell that for us?
Yes. So ENDLESS, Endless Grind. That's how it sounds. Coffee.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's so cute, and it's over in 17070 East Quincy Avenue, Aurora, Colorado. So for those who are not in Denver and they're like, listen, I'd love to go to Whittier, but it's not that close to me. I'm in Aurora. This is the perfect place for you to begin supporting a Black owned coffee shop, and I'm getting you some good brew.
And I think this is one of those maybe people hopping on the bandwagon, but I must say that I'm appreciative of it. The other day I was looking for some clothes for my trip, but I'm not gonna buy any clothes. But I was looking for some clothes for my trip, and I Google Black owned whatever, and there are so many articles and posts and all of the things for Black businesses right now. So if you're looking for something, I think that it's a good idea to shop Black, and to support Black right now. You'd be surprised like how many they have so much stuff, not just restaurants, not just clothing boutiques, cleaning companies, meditation apps. Like there's so many things that we do and we may not know about, because we don't get the same opportunities. I don't care what nobody say.
No, it's true, we don't.
But we make do with what we got. So
we do. Speaking of all the different companies, I know Band-Aid came out and they're like, yeah, we're going to start releasing Band-Aids of flesh tone, which that's a whole nother topic for a different day. Yes, we're happy that this is finally a change that you've made.
Right.
However, there's actually a Black owned business called Browndages that has flesh tone skin. Flesh tone colored Band-Aids. So if you want to support them, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all we have for you guys today.
Yes.
Thanks for taking the time out of your fight to listen to us and to be here with us. And remember to take care of your mental health.
Yes.
It's so important. And to be out, like I said, to be out there with all that energy, you definitely need to take time.
Please take time
for yourself. Yeah, man. It's real heavy out there right now. I don't have all the answers, but take care of yourself. If you can, extend a love out to your friends, to your family,
to your loved ones. Yeah.
I don't know. Even if you can't talk to them right now, keep them in your thoughts. If you pray for them. Whatever you do, just keep sending love out so you can keep getting love in.
Fair. All right, and on that note, you all, thank you again for tuning in, listening to us. Like Una said previously, we love you. Support Black business, and support yourself.
Okay.
Some love to yourself.
Right. Amen.
And we love you. And Have an amazing week. And yeah.
We out.
Bye, everyone. Peace. Thanks for listening to Melanin Voices podcast. Before you go, though, show some love for your favorite podcast by leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts, and while you're there, subscribe too.
And a comment on SoundCloud and YouTube. And be sure to share this episode with a friend, family member, or your boo, or whoever you think will want to be a part of our Melanin Voices family. Until next time.